In the coastal town of Hel, Poland, a hidden gem awaits curious travelers and history enthusiasts alike. Nestled on the picturesque Hel Peninsula, this unassuming town bears witness to significant historical events, particularly during World War II. Here, amidst the serene beauty of the Baltic Sea, lies the Museum of Coastal Defense, a testament to Poland's military past and the heroic defense of Hel against German forces. The history of the Hel Peninsula is deeply intertwined with its military significance. May 9, 1945, marked the end of World War II, and just after the war's conclusion, Hel surrendered, and the former Hel fortified region came under the occupation of the Polish army. The area was rife with military facilities that had been built from the 1920s until the war's end. Among the largest of these structures were the remnants of the German 406mm Schleswig-Holstein battery, consisting of 2 warehouses, 3 artillery positions, and a fire control tower. As the Polish army gradually reduced its presence in Hel, the unguarded military facilities fell victim to plundering and devastation. Opportunists and thieves seized the opportunity to strip these sites of anything valuable, leaving behind a scene of desolation and decay. Of all the structures, the fire control tower and the abandoned Brno artillery position suffered the most. Metal elements were ruthlessly cut out, installations torn apart, and once sacred corridors were reduced to mere obstacles for unscrupulous scavengers. In response to the progressing devastation and the alarming disappearance of priceless bunker equipment, a group of passionate enthusiasts, later forming the military section of the Friends of Hel Association, took matters into their own hands. They embarked on a mission to preserve the remaining elements of the equipment, protecting them temporarily from irreparable destruction. This group's efforts, combined with historical considerations, eventually led to the pre-war Polish military buildings and positions of the Schleswig-Holstein battery being entered into the Monuments Register on June 15, 1999. Nonetheless, the practical protection of these historical sites remained a challenge. However, amidst the adversity, a glimmer of hope emerged. The visionary mayor of Hel, Mr. Mieczysław Wadolowski, and the determined military section of the Friends of Hel Association conceived an ambitious project in 2006. Their plan aimed to renovate the Brno artillery position and the fire control tower, restoring them to their former glory. The European Union offered financial support, breathing life into this audacious restoration project. The restoration journey was far from easy. The abandoned bunkers were entangled in wild vegetation, with trees growing inside the Brno artillery post. There was a lack of basic amenities, such as water and electricity, and an inadequate access road. Nevertheless, with unyielding perseverance, the team began their work. Anti-moisture insulation was applied to the ceiling of the Brno site, and new soil was added to facilitate the replanting of vegetation. Electrical and alarm installations were painstakingly restored, doors and windows were replaced, and surviving equipment pieces were meticulously reinstalled in their original positions. Simultaneously, plans were set in motion for the establishment of the Museum of Coastal Defense, which would find its home within these restored spaces. The dedication and hard work of this small group of people culminated in the museum's grand opening to the public on May 1, 2006. To their surprise, the Museum of Coastal Defense quickly became a popular tourist attraction, attracting numerous visitors eager to delve into the history of Hel and its military legacy. The revenue generated from ticket sales was channeled back into the further development of the museum, aided by the support of generous sponsors. Investments were made to enhance the museum's standards and offerings. Additional exhibitions were introduced, each delving into different aspects of Hel's military history. Visitors could explore Polish intelligence during the war, learn about the world's largest cannons, experience military communications equipment, and discover the history of the Polish fleet in September 1939. One of the most pivotal moments in the museum's history occurred on January 1, 2012, which marked the 70th anniversary of naming Battery No. 31 after its creator, Commander Heliodor Laskowski. This battery, armed with 4 Bofors WZ-30 cannons boasting a caliber of 152.4 mm, played a crucial role in defending Hel during the tumultuous events of September 1939. The heroic defense of Hel during that period was a remarkable display of courage and resilience. Laskowski's battery engaged in a series of victorious duels with German destroyers and battleships, despite being severely outnumbered. The unwavering leadership of Commander Zbigniew who took command of the battery after Laskowski's tragic death, played a pivotal role in bolstering the morale of his men and instilling a sense of invincibility in the face of overwhelming odds. As the tides of history shifted, Hell eventually succumbed to the forces of war and surrendered on October 2, 1939. The valiant defense efforts and the courage exhibited by the sailors of Battery No. 31 remained a source of inspiration, even in the darkest of times. During the early days of the war, the German forces launched a devastating attack on Poland, and the Hel Peninsula became a focal point of the conflict. The German Navy sought to neutralize the Polish defenders and control the strategic Baltic Sea region. The port city of Gdynia had already fallen to the Germans, and now Hel stood as the last line of defense for the Polish Navy. On the morning of September 1, 1939, the Germans unleashed a massive bombardment on Hel, targeting its coastal batteries, fortifications, and vital infrastructure. A relentless barrage of naval gunfire and aerial attacks pounded the area, but the Polish defenders refused to yield. Battery No. 31, under the command of Commander Heliodor Laskowski, fought valiantly against overwhelming odds, engaging in intense duels with German warships. One of the most memorable battles occurred on September 3, 1939, when Polish shells struck the German destroyer Leberecht Moss, severely damaging its hood. The German Rear Admiral Lutjens himself acknowledged the hits, a testament to the skill and accuracy of the Polish artillerymen. The courageous defense by Battery No. 31 forced the German fleet to keep a safe distance, allowing Hel to hold on against the German onslaught. As the days wore on, the German battleships Schleswig-Holstein and Schlesien intensified their attacks on Hel. On September 25, 1939, the German battleships fired 280mm shells, inflicting severe damage on Battery No. 31. 2 sailors lost their lives, and several others were injured. Despite the adversity, the Polish defenders bravely persisted in their defense, engaging the German fleet in fierce artillery duels. The heroic efforts of the Polish sailors and their unyielding determination inspired awe among both allies and enemies. Commander Zbigniew, who took over command after Laskowski's tragic death, emerged as a symbol of unwavering courage and leadership. Despite being wounded during the battles, he refused to abandon his post, motivating his men to stand firm against the enemy. As the situation on the ground grew increasingly dire, with Polish troops facing simultaneous attacks from both Germany and the Soviet Union, the defenders of Hel knew that their ultimate fate was sealed. With Modlin and Warsaw already fallen, and Poland facing an impossible two-front war, the defenders of Hel understood that they could not hold out indefinitely. Finally, on October 1 to 2, 1939, the crew of Battery No. 31 commenced the destruction of their positions. Gun locks were destroyed, and 2 guns were dismantled and sunk into the sea. All ciphers, files, and documents were burned. On October 2, 1939, German ships entered the port, and the crew of Battery No. 31 sang the national anthem before marching into captivity. The surrender marked the end of an era, but the spirit of valor and heroism displayed by the Polish defenders of Hel remained etched in the annals of history. The defenders of Battery No. 31, particularly Commander Heliodor Laskowski and Commander Zbigniew, became symbols of Poland's indomitable spirit in the face of adversity. Today, as visitors explore the Museum of Coastal Defense, they can immerse themselves in the poignant history of those turbulent times. The exhibitions reveal the stories of these brave soldiers, the battles they fought, and the guns they wielded. The reconstructed Seventh Heaven, Captain Olgierd Borchardt's apartment, offers a glimpse into the life of a seaman writer. An audiovisual exhibition showcases the history of the world's largest cannons, providing a unique opportunity to understand the scale and impact of these powerful weapons. The heart of the museum lies in the exhibitions dedicated to Battery No. 31, the Heliodor Laskowski Battery. The Station No. 4 of Laskowski's battery, situated on the Hel promontory, preserves the memory of this remarkable defense. Visitors can witness the B-13 naval cannon, a symbol of the brave sailors who fought valiantly to protect their homeland. The mini-exhibition dedicated to the battery's commander, Captain March Zbigniew honors the unwavering leadership that rallied the defenders against all odds. The Museum of Coastal Defense also showcases the Hell Railway Museum, a branch of the main museum, which highlights the history and development of Hell's railways. The extensive network of narrow-gauge military railways, built during the interwar years, played a crucial role in supporting the defense of the peninsula. Visitors can witness elements of the rolling stock, both narrow-gauge and broad-gauge, saved from scrapping, providing a tangible link to Poland's wartime past. As you walk through the museum's exhibitions, you'll encounter an array of military equipment, including naval mines and torpedoes, earth shooting emplacements, concrete sentry bunkers, and historic fire trucks. The colonnade's crane of the world's largest battery stands as a testament to engineering ingenuity and the enduring spirit of Hell's defenders. The Museum of Coastal Defense is not merely a collection of artifacts, it is a living tribute to the courage and sacrifice of the men and women who served in the Polish armed forces. It honors their memory, immortalizing their stories and reminding us of the resilience of the human spirit even in the face of unimaginable adversity. In the echoes of history that reverberate through the museum's halls, visitors can glimpse the indomitable spirit of those who defended Hell during World War II. The courage of the Polish defenders, the valor of Battery No. 31, and the unyielding leadership of Commander Heliodor Laskowski and Commander Zbigniew Przebysewski remain a beacon of hope and inspiration to this day. As the sun sets over the Baltic Sea, casting a golden hue over the historic Hell Peninsula, one cannot help but feel a profound sense of gratitude and respect for those who fought and sacrificed their all for the freedom of their homeland. The Museum of Coastal Defense stands as a poignant reminder of the price of liberty and the enduring legacy of those who bravely stood their ground, defending Hell against all odds.